Hello and welcome to the Introduction to Mindfulness video. This is the first video in a series of 6 videos in the Mindfulness Masterclass. We're going to explore the history of ancient traditions, the rise of modern mindfulness, the many aspects and attitudes of mindfulness, the foundational pillars of mindfulness, some of the many influential individual mindfulness teachers and experts, and what mindfulness is and what it is not. We'll explore why mindfulness is a critical skill in today's fast-paced world, looking at its impact on mental, emotional, and physical well-being. I'll be sharing my process I take when choosing what materials to teach and videos to share. I'm your narrator and navigator in this presentation. My name is James Fitzgerald. I'm a Vermont State licensed clinical mental health counselor. The videos on this channel are not part of my clinical practice. They are a supportive teaching tool and educational only. They are part of my holistic health and wellness program, Strengthening Your Conscious Self. Please take some time to read the post about my terms and conditions on the comment tab. Continuing to view this video constitutes your agreement to the terms and conditions of use, including my liability waiver and ethical disclaimers. Okay, now that all the legal stuff is addressed, let's begin. In today's fast-paced world, with all its problems, for example, partisan politics, wars, climate change, social stratification, runaway inflation, polarized communities, drug abuse and the opioid epidemic, public health emergencies, poverty, homelessness, and increasing violent crime, we're constantly bombarded with bad news, gloom and doom, information overload, demands, expectations, and distractions. But what if there was a simple yet powerful practice that could help us navigate this chaos with greater ease and joy? Enter mindfulness. This ancient practice, rooted in Eastern traditions, has become increasingly popular and relevant in our modern lives. It offers a pathway to greater presence, awareness, and inner peace amidst the turbulence of daily life. Mindfulness provides us with the tools to manage stress, cultivate emotional regulation, and enhance our overall well-being. Before we start exploring mindfulness, I want to make sure you get the most out of this masterclass. So I'm going to share 5 keys to success. The first key is to complete the guided meditations in each module. There will be links to guided meditation videos in each playlist of videos. The videos in this course have everything you need in order to learn the fundamentals. And so all you need to do is watch the videos in order the playlists are in, and the order of each playlist, and practice the guided meditations. I really can't stress this one enough. You can't learn how to do mindfulness just by reading a book or watching YouTube videos. Similar to learning to play a musical instrument, in order to really learn the skill of mindfulness, you just have to do the practices. The second key is to focus on doing just a little bit each day. This course is structured as an open-ended training guide that technically should take you from around 90 days up to 1 year. Each day there will be a new section with new material. So rather than doing it all at once and just speeding through the course, really see if you can spread it out over the coming weeks and months, or even a little bit longer if you need the time. Working at your own pace with the intention of reaching your goals of clarity, confidence, calmness, and compassion for strengthening your conscious self. The third key is to aim for consistency. See if you're able to do the practices at roughly the same time each day. That can be either in the morning, just after you wake up, or maybe in the evening, just before you go to bed. It's different for each person, but intentionally finding time that works for your schedule, and then seeing if you can be consistent each day. And if you miss a day, don't criticize or judge yourself. Just get right back on track the next day. The fourth key is to implement mindfulness practices in your daily life. Learning to meditate is really about how we bring what we learn on the meditation cushion, yoga mat, or in the chair into our daily life. It's about how we're relating to the world and how we can have a better relationship to what happens in our life. If you can apply the practices from this masterclass to your daily life, you might find yourself responding better to life and other people. And finally, the fifth key to success. Please have fun. Don't take this course too seriously. I encourage you to use this masterclass as a playground for your inner child or as an exploration for getting to know yourself. Those are my 5 keys to success in this masterclass. Next up, defining mindfulness. So, what exactly is mindfulness? At its core, mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment, with an attitude of openness, curiosity, and non-judgment. It's about observing our thoughts, feelings, bodily sensations, and the surrounding environment, without getting attached to them and carried away by them. Mindfulness involves cultivating a gentle awareness of our inner and outer world. It's about being fully present in the here and now, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. By cultivating mindfulness, we can learn to live more fully in each moment, to appreciate the richness and beauty of our lives, and to navigate the challenges of life with greater ease and resilience. So where did mindfulness originate? Mindfulness, as we know it today, has deep roots in ancient Eastern spiritual traditions. These traditions, spanning thousands of years, have emphasized the importance of present moment awareness as a path to self-discovery, inner peace, and liberation from suffering. The core principles of present moment awareness, non-judgmental observation, and acceptance have remained remarkably consistent throughout history. Buddhism, perhaps the most widely associated tradition with mindfulness, considers it a central pillar of its teachings. The Satipatthana Sutta, a core Buddhist text, outlines 4 foundations of mindfulness: the body, feelings, mind, and mental objects. Hinduism incorporates practices that cultivate mindfulness, such as yoga, which emphasizes physical postures, breath control, and meditation. Taoism emphasizes living in harmony with the Tao, the natural order of the universe, and being fully present and attentive to the flow of life. The 19th and early 20th centuries witnessed a growing fascination with Eastern philosophies in the West. Thinkers like Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry David Thoreau incorporated elements of Eastern thought into their writings. Prominent psychologists like Carl Jung recognized the psychological depth and insights offered by Eastern philosophies. This growing interest laid the foundation for the eventual integration of mindfulness into Western therapeutic approaches. While Eastern philosophies had sparked interest in the West, it wasn't until the latter half of the 20th century that mindfulness began to be systematically studied and applied within Western psychology. Researchers began to explore the potential benefits of mindfulness for mental health and physical health. Jon Kabat-Zinn played a pivotal role in bringing mindfulness into the mainstream of Western medicine. Let's turn our attention now to the modern era and some of the most influential mindfulness teachers, researchers, experts, and authors. Jon Kabat-Zinn is the first of these individuals. Kabat-Zinn began practicing meditation as a student at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, in the 1960s. His exposure to Zen Buddhism and mindfulness practices profoundly impacted his worldview. He studied under prominent Buddhist teachers like Thich Nhat Hanh and Seung San, which deepened his understanding of mindfulness and its potential benefits. In 1979, he established the Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction, or MBSR, program. He was motivated to bring the healing aspects of mindfulness meditation into mainstream Western medicine without the religious or cultural trappings of Buddhism. He sought to secularize mindfulness to make it accessible and acceptable within clinical settings. While working at the University of Massachusetts Medical Center, he noticed that conventional medicine often failed to address chronic pain, stress, and psychological suffering adequately. He believed that incorporating mindfulness could help patients manage these issues more effectively. The 1960s and 1970s saw a surge in interest in personal growth and holistic well-being. This movement emphasized realizing human potential through psychological and spiritual development, which aligned with Kabat-Zinn's vision of using mindfulness for healing. Holding a PhD in molecular biology from MIT, where he studied under Nobel laureate Salvador Luria, Kabat-Zinn was well-versed in scientific research methods. His academic background fueled his interest in exploring the intersection between Eastern mindfulness practices and Western science, particularly in understanding the mind-body connection. He was influenced by emerging research indicating that stress significantly impacts physical health. He theorized that mindfulness meditation could reduce stress and consequently improve health outcomes. This hypothesis led him to conduct studies that eventually supported the effectiveness of MBSR. Recognizing the need to educate both healthcare professionals and the public about mindfulness, Jon Kabat-Zinn wrote books like Full Catastrophe Living and Wherever You Go, There You Are. Jon Kabat-Zinn's book, Wherever You Go, There You Are, Mindfulness Meditation in Everyday Life, is an accessible introduction to mindfulness meditation, offering practical advice on how to cultivate mindfulness in everyday activities. His other well-known book, Full Catastrophe Living, Using the Wisdom of Your Body and Mind to Face Stress, Pain, and Illness, provides a comprehensive program for stress reduction based on mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR. And his book, Mindfulness for Beginners, Reclaiming the Present Moment in Your Life, is a guide for those new to mindfulness, offering foundational practices and insights. His works aim to provide practical guidance on mindfulness practices and communicate the scientific underpinnings of MBSR. Jon Kabat-Zinn was influenced by the holistic health movement, which advocated for treating the whole person, mind, body, and spirit, rather than just symptoms of disease. This perspective resonated with his approach to integrating mindfulness into healthcare. Collaborating with psychologists, medical doctors, and other health professionals, Kabat-Zinn was inspired by interdisciplinary approaches to health and well-being. These collaborations helped refine MBSR and validate its efficacy through clinical research. Beyond Buddhism, he was influenced by various philosophical and spiritual traditions that emphasize presence, awareness, and compassion. These perspectives enriched his understanding of mindfulness as a universal human capacity, rather than a culturally specific practice. The 8-week MBSR program offered a secular approach to stress reduction and pain management. The success of the MBSR program spurred a wave of research into mindfulness interventions. The MBSR program's success led to the development of other mindfulness-based interventions like mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, acceptance and commitment therapy, and dialectical behavior therapy. In another video, I will present an exploration into the 9 attitudes of mindfulness, first introduced by Jon Kabat-Zinn. Now I'd like to share the videos that spotlight Jon Kabat-Zinn speaking or presenting. The links to the videos described in this video are available in the YouTube channel playlist, Mindfulness Masterclass Module 1. The first video is called Jon Kabat-Zinn, The Healing Power of Mindfulness. The video is a recording of Kabat-Zinn speaking at Dartmouth College on April 7, 2011 in the Spalding Auditorium. The next video in the playlist is titled Some Reflections and Guidance on the Cultivation of Mindfulness by Jon Kabat-Zinn, Ph.D. Kabat-Zinn is speaking for the People in Pain Network, shared on YouTube on December 21, 2014. The next video in the playlist is titled The 9 Attitudes by Jon Kabat-Zinn. This video was shared by the YouTube channel Recovered Mindfully on April 24, 2015. This is a compilation of videos produced by Mindfulness Groupin and Minds Unlimited. The next video is titled Cultivating Mindfulness in Difficult Times, Jon Kabat-Zinn. In this video, he was speaking at a December 2018 presentation at New York City's Lincoln Center. He offers guidance with humor and optimism for responding mindfully to the fear and uncertainty of difficult times. It was shared by the Omega Institute for Holistic Studies on November 19, 2023. More of his videos are available in the other Mindfulness Masterclass modules playlists, including the MBSR course guided meditations. The next person on the list of influential mindfulness professionals is Daniel J. Siegel, a clinical professor of psychiatry at the UCLA School of Medicine. He developed his 3 pillars of mindfulness and authored the books Mindsight and Aware through a synthesis of personal experiences, clinical practice, and interdisciplinary research. Several key influences shaped his work. Dr. Siegel is a pioneer of interpersonal neurobiology, IPNB, an interdisciplinary field that integrates neuroscience, psychology, sociology, and other disciplines to understand the mind and human relationships. This holistic approach influenced his understanding of how mindfulness practices can affect brain function and interpersonal relationships. Working extensively with patients dealing with trauma, anxiety, and other mental health issues, Siegel observed the limitations of traditional psychotherapy. He noticed that incorporating mindfulness techniques led to significant improvements in emotional regulation and self-awareness among his patients. Siegel was heavily influenced by Eastern contemplative traditions, particularly Buddhism. He recognized the value of mindfulness meditation, a practice of focused attention and open awareness, as a tool for personal transformation. His exposure to these philosophies encouraged him to explore how ancient wisdom could be integrated with modern science. The burgeoning field of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections, provided a scientific basis for his work. Studies showing that mindfulness meditation could physically alter brain structure and function validated his clinical observations and theoretical models. Understanding how early relationships impact brain development and emotional well-being influenced Siegel's emphasis on the importance of secure attachments. This perspective highlighted the role of empathy and compassion, elements central to his 3rd pillar, kind intention. Interactions with other thought leaders like Jon Kabat-Zinn, the founder of mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, and researchers in psychology and neuroscience provided valuable insights. These collaborations enriched his ideas and helped refine his approaches to mindfulness. Siegel's own experiences with meditation and mindfulness practices informed his understanding of the mind-body connection. His personal journey underscored the transformative potential of these practices, fueling his passion to share them with a broader audience. Now, I'll share a little bit about the videos with Dan Siegel speaking or presenting. The links to the videos described in this video are available in the YouTube channel playlist, Mindfulness Masterclass Module 1. The first video is titled Mindfulness and Neural Integration by Daniel Siegel, MD at TEDx Studio City Education. This talk examines how relationships and reflection support the development of resilience in children and serve as the basic 3 R's of a new internal education of the mind. The next video is titled TEDx Golden Gate and Dan Siegel. In this TEDx presentation video, Siegel discusses mirror neurons and explores compassion in education. The last video with Siegel speaking is titled TEDx Sunset Park Dan Siegel, What is the Mind? In this video, he discusses how our minds connect subjective human experiences and how we see and integrate our mental lives. Now we'll take a look at some of his published work. In his book, Mindsight, The New Science of Personal Transformation, Siegel introduces the concept of mindsight, the ability to perceive the mind of the self and others. The book bridges the gap between scientific research and practical application, demonstrating how mindfulness can lead to profound personal change. In his book, Aware, The Science and Practice of Presence, he delves deeper into the mechanics of mindfulness through the Wheel of Awareness, a meditation tool he developed. The book combines scientific explanations with experiential exercises, aiming to make mindfulness accessible and effective for readers. His work continues to impact psychotherapy, education, and personal development by providing tools that promote mental health and interpersonal harmony. Now let's take a closer look at the 3 pillars. The pillars are fundamental aspects of mindfulness that provide a framework for understanding and deepening your practice. The first pillar is focused attention. Cultivating the ability to concentrate on a specific object or sensation, which enhances self-regulation and mental clarity. Focused attention involves deliberately directing our attention to a specific point of focus in the present moment. One common object of focus in mindfulness practice is the breath. By consistently practicing focused attention, we train our minds to become more present and less easily distracted. The second pillar of mindfulness is open awareness. Developing a receptive state of mind that allows for the observation of thoughts and feelings without attachment or judgment. Open awareness builds upon the foundation of focused attention. Open awareness invites us to observe our thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations without judgment or attachment. We simply notice these experiences as they arise and pass, much like watching clouds drift across the sky. This practice helps us to develop a more spacious and compassionate relationship with our inner experience. The third pillar of mindfulness, kind intention, infuses our practice with warmth, compassion, and empathy. Loving kindness meditation, also known as metta meditation, is a powerful practice for cultivating kind intention. Empathy involves the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, fostering a sense of shared humanity. By cultivating kind intention, we create a more loving and compassionate world, both within ourselves and in our interactions with others. Kind intention fosters compassion and empathy towards oneself and others, which strengthens interpersonal connections and emotional well-being. The pillars are the culmination of Siegel's multidisciplinary influences and his commitment to integrating science with contemplative practices. In another video, I will present you with more information about Siegel's pillars and his Wheel of Awareness model. Now I'll introduce you to the next person who had an impact on mindfulness studies and other psychological theories. Daniel Goleman is a renowned psychologist and author who has significantly contributed to the understanding of mindfulness, emotional intelligence, and their impact on mental health. His work bridges the gap between scientific research and practical application, making his books valuable resources for clients of mental health counselors. Here are the videos with Daniel Goleman speaking or presenting. The links to the videos described here are available in the playlist, Mindfulness Masterclass Module 1. 12 traits emotionally intelligent people share. You can learn them. Daniel Goleman for Big Think. The concept of emotional intelligence, EQ, can be traced back to ancient philosophies. But it was Goleman's bestseller, Emotional Intelligence, that popularized the term in 1995. According to Goleman, while IQ and smarts can get you good grades and jumpstart your career, it's EQ, what the psychologist often refers to as EI, that sets apart the top performers and leaders in their careers. The Science of Mindfulness, Daniel Goleman for Wisdom 2.0 with Soren Gordimer. He shares lessons from his recent research on the science of mindfulness. What do we know and what are we still learning? How does the brain change and what does science tell us? Dan shares insights from his research compiled in his latest book, Altered Traits. Science reveals how meditation changes your mind, brain, and body. Here are some of his books that would be excellent recommendations. Emotional Intelligence, Why It Can Matter More Than IQ. In this groundbreaking book, Goleman introduces the concept of emotional intelligence and explains how it can be a better predictor of success and happiness than traditional intelligence. He delves into the components of EI self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills, and offers insights on how individuals can develop these skills to improve their personal and professional lives. Altered Traits, Science Reveals How Meditation Changes Your Mind, Brain, and Body. Co-authored with Richard J. Davidson. Goleman and Davidson explore the latest scientific research on meditation and its long-term effects on the brain and behavior. They distinguish temporary states achieved during meditation from lasting traits that can alter one's disposition. This book provides compelling evidence of how mindfulness practices can lead to profound psychological and physiological benefits. The Meditative Mind, The Varieties of Meditative Experience. This book offers a comprehensive overview of various meditation traditions and techniques from around the world. Goleman explains the psychological mechanisms behind meditation and how different practices can lead to specific mental states and outcomes. It's a valuable resource for clients interested in exploring meditation as a tool for personal growth and mental well-being. Focus, the hidden driver of excellence. Goleman examines the science of attention and its critical role in nearly every aspect of life. He discusses how the ability to focus on ourselves, others, and the wider world is key to success and fulfillment. The book provides practical strategies for strengthening attention and managing distractions, which can be especially helpful for clients dealing with stress, anxiety, or attention-related challenges. Social Intelligence, the New Science of Human Relationships. In this book, Goleman expands on his work in emotional intelligence to explore how we navigate social interactions. He delves into the neuroscience of social intelligence, explaining how our brains are wired to connect with others. Understanding these concepts can help clients improve their interpersonal relationships and develop greater empathy and social awareness. These books by Daniel Goleman offer insightful perspectives on how mindfulness, emotional intelligence, and focused attention can enhance mental health and overall well-being. They combine scientific research with practical advice, making them accessible and beneficial for clients looking to deepen their understanding and practice of mindfulness-related concepts. Let's talk about some other individuals who were influential in making mindfulness more accessible to everyone. The following teachers, experts, and authors have videos in the playlists on this channel. Please keep in mind that I am not endorsing any author or teaching, and I do not receive compensation for sharing these works here. If you are a client of mine, these additional resources are optional and are merely for your information, not a part of your treatment plan or my therapy program. The first is Thich Nhat Hanh. A Vietnamese Zen master, poet, and peace activist, was pivotal in introducing mindfulness and engaged Buddhism to the West. His teachings emphasize peace, compassion, and mindfulness in everyday life. Here are some of his books I recommend for you, the viewer. The Miracle of Mindfulness, a classic guide that introduces the essentials of mindfulness meditation through gentle anecdotes and practical exercises. Peace is Every Step, the Path of Mindfulness in Everyday Life. Offers insights on how to find peace and happiness through mindfulness, even amid busy lives. You Are Here, Discovering the Magic of the Present Moment. Encourages readers to embrace the present moment and provides tools for mindful living. The next on this list is Jack Kornfield. A leading figure in the mindfulness movement, he co-founded the Insight Meditation Society and the Spirit Rock Meditation Center. Kornfield has played a significant role in making Buddhist mindfulness practices accessible to Western audiences. Here are some of his books I recommend for you, the viewer. A Path with Heart, a guide through the perils and promises of spiritual life. Explores how to integrate mindfulness and spiritual practice into Western life. The Wise Heart, a guide to the universal teachings of Buddhist psychology. Makes complex Buddhist teachings accessible, offering practical advice for psychological healing. After the Ecstasy, the Laundry, How the Heart Grows Wise on the Spiritual Path. Discusses the challenges of maintaining spiritual practice in everyday life. No Time Like the Present, Finding Freedom, Love, and Joy Right Where You Are. Provides readers with the keys for opening gateways to immediate shifts in perspective and clarity of vision, allowing them to see how to change course and take action. Or when we shouldn't act, avoid attachment to the situation, just relax and trust. His video, Mindfulness as Medicine, Liberating Mindfulness Talk, is available in the playlist Mindfulness Masterclass Module 1. Another prominent individual is Sharon Salzberg. She is the co-founder of the Insight Meditation Society. She is a prominent teacher of loving-kindness meditation and mindfulness. Salzberg's teachings focus on compassion, equanimity, and cultivating inner peace. Here are some of her books. Real Happiness, The Power of Meditation. The book is a 28-day program introducing mindfulness meditation to reduce stress and improve well-being. Loving Kindness, The Revolutionary Art of Happiness. The book focuses on the practice of loving kindness meditation to cultivate compassion and happiness. Real Love, The Art of Mindful Connection. The book explores how mindfulness can improve relationships with oneself and others. Another influential person is Tara Brach, a psychologist and meditation teacher known for integrating Western psychology with Eastern spiritual practices. She popularized the RAIN technique. RAIN is an acronym that stands for Recognize, Allow, Investigate, Nurture, which are skills to develop for mindfulness and self-compassion. Here are some of her books. Radical Acceptance, Embracing Your Life with the Heart of a Buddha. Encourages embracing all aspects of oneself through mindfulness and compassion. Radical Compassion, Learning to Love Yourself and Your World with the Practice of Rain. Introduces the RAIN technique for dealing with difficult emotions and fostering self-compassion. Touching the Gold, Uncovering Your Natural Goodness. She shares her most valuable practices for reconnecting with the beauty of our humanity. From timeless Buddhist wisdom to techniques adapted to the specific challenges of our modern age. In this book, you'll explore 3 pathways of remembering and living from your full aliveness. Opening to the truth of the present moment. Turning toward love in any situation. Resting in the freedom of our natural, radiant awareness. Next on the list is Joseph Goldstein. Another co-founder of the Insight Meditation Society, Goldstein is a key figure in the introduction of Buddhist mindfulness practices to the West. He has authored several books on meditation and offers teachings that blend mindfulness with deep philosophical insights. Here are some of his books. Mindfulness, A Practical Guide to Awakening. Provides deep insights into mindfulness practice based on Buddhist teachings. Insight Meditation, The Practice of Freedom. Offers guidance on developing a meditation practice to achieve personal freedom. The next prominent individual is Pema Chodron, an American Tibetan Buddhist nun and author. She teaches mindfulness and meditation techniques rooted in Tibetan Buddhism. Chodron's work focuses on dealing with suffering, uncertainty, and cultivating compassion. Here are some of her books. When Things Fall Apart, Hard Advice for Difficult Times. Provides wisdom on dealing with life's challenges using mindfulness and compassion. The book, The Places That Scare You, A Guide to Fearlessness in Difficult Times. Encourages embracing vulnerability to cultivate courage and compassion. The book, Start Where You Are, A Guide to Compassionate Living. Offers practical advice on how to be compassionate toward oneself and others. Professor Mark Williams is next on the list. A clinical psychologist and researcher at the University of Oxford, he co-developed mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, MBCT. His work has been influential in using mindfulness to treat depression and other mental health issues. Here are some of his books. Deeper Mindfulness, The New Way to Rediscover Calm in a Chaotic World. Answers the question of whether it is possible to deepen the effective mindfulness practice. Readers can deepen their practice by focusing on what the authors describe as Vedana, or feeling tone, which targets certain core processes in the meditating mind. Over 8 weeks, listeners will learn to apply this practice to such unpleasant emotions and mood disorders as anxiety, depression, stress, and general unhappiness. When these unpleasant emotions evaporate, listeners will be left with a calm space inside from which they can rebuild their lives. Mindfulness, an 8-week plan for finding peace in a frantic world. Co-authored with Dr. Danny Penman. Provides a step-by-step program for incorporating mindfulness into daily life to reduce stress and anxiety. Dr. Richard J. Davidson is next on the list. A neuroscientist and psychologist, he researches the effects of meditation and mindfulness on the brain. Founder of the Center for Healthy Minds at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, Davidson explores how mindfulness can foster well-being. Here are some of his books. The Emotional Life of Your Brain, How Its Unique Patterns Affect the Way You Think, Feel, and Live. and how you can change them. Co-authored with Sharon Begley, discusses how mindfulness and meditation can alter brain patterns to improve emotional health. Altered Traits, science reveals how meditation changes your mind, brain, and body. Co-authored by Daniel Goleman. Sweeping away common misconceptions in neuromythology to open readers' eyes to the ways data has been distorted to sell mind training methods. The authors demonstrate that beyond the pleasant states mental exercises can produce, the real payoffs are the lasting personality traits that can result. Davidson has a YouTube video, and the link to it is available in the playlist Mindfulness Masterclass Module 1. There is a content warning label on it. I recommend that anyone watch it with this in mind. In this eye-opening TEDx talk, Richard Davidson discusses how mindfulness can improve well-being and outlines strategies to boost 4 components of a healthy mind: awareness, connection, insight, and purpose. Now, I would like to add someone who influenced me personally in my own journey of health and wellness: the Venerable Geshe Kelsang Gyatso Rinpoche. He was here in this life from 1931 to 2022. He was a highly respected Tibetan Buddhist monk, meditation master, and scholar. Born in Tibet, he was ordained at the age of 8 and studied extensively in the Gelug tradition under various renowned masters. After leaving Tibet in 1959 due to the Chinese occupation, he continued his studies and meditation practice in India. In 1977, Geshe Kelsang Gyatso moved to the United Kingdom at the invitation of Lama Thubten Yeshe and Lama Zopa Rinpoche to become the resident teacher at Manjushri Institute in Cumbria. He dedicated his life to making Buddha's teachings accessible to people worldwide. In 1991, he founded the New Kadampa Tradition International Kadampa Buddhist Union, an organization that has since established over 1,200 meditation centers and groups across the globe. Geshe Kelsang Gyatso authored 22 highly acclaimed books on Buddhism and meditation, such as The Joyful Path of Good Fortune, Modern Buddhism, and How to Transform Your Life. These works have been translated into multiple languages and serve as study guides in NKT centers worldwide. He emphasized the practical application of Buddhist teachings in daily life to solve human problems and achieve lasting happiness. Known affectionately as Geshe-la by his students, he was admired for his humility, compassion, and profound wisdom. He retired from administrative duties in 2009, but continued to teach and write until his passing on September 17, 2022. These individuals have significantly contributed to the dissemination and development of mindfulness practices across various fields, including healthcare, education, psychology, and neuroscience. Watching the mindfulness videos from these influential teachers can be a valuable addition to your therapeutic journey. But first, I'd like to share the process I take in choosing to use supplemental teaching tools and which ones I use with my clients. The best way to get the most benefit from the videos is to watch them in the order they are listed in each playlist. There are 16 modules of videos. In the next part of the video, I'm going to share about the ethical use of YouTube content. Let me tell you about my thoughts and feelings about sharing other creators' content. First, I assess my clients' needs and interests. Then I try to gain an understanding of their goals. I will then determine if my client is open to incorporating mindfulness into their therapy. I strive to remain culturally sensitive and ensure that the content is appropriate for my client's religious affiliation, cultural history, political ideals, and personal background. I then try to select appropriate content. I tailor the recommendations. I invite clients to watch those videos that address specific issues they are dealing with, including but not limited to depression, grief, stress, anxiety, anger, trauma, identity, or self-esteem. I am mindful of the complexity of the video's topics, the length of the video, and accessibility. I opt for videos that match my client's attention span and that are easily understandable. I provide each client with context and explain how to access the videos and navigate the YouTube channel before sharing. I introduce the teacher, sometimes in the sessions or with this video lesson. I offer a brief background on the teacher and why their approach might resonate with the client, which are outlined in other videos in this masterclass, or will be soon. I explain the relevance of the videos. I highlight how the video can support the client's therapeutic objectives. I share the videos thoughtfully. I let each client know about the risks of public domain videos and social media and how to protect their privacy when viewing my professional public channel. I use a secure sharing method, sending the channel link via private email or a secure messaging platform used in my practice. I use links to videos, not the actual videos. The content is stored and listed on the content creator's channel. I use legal sources, ensuring that the videos are from official channels or authorized platforms to respect copyright laws. I set clear expectations and give clients realistic assignments for in-between sessions. I give them viewing instructions. I suggest that they watch the video in a quiet space where they won't be interrupted. I encourage them to keep a therapy journal and note any thoughts or feelings that arise during or after the video. After they watch the videos, we participate in a follow-up discussion. I offer opportunities for feedback in the session. In their next meeting, they can discuss their impressions and any insights gained. I integrate their insights, exploring how the teachings can be applied to their daily life and therapeutic process. I provide them with supportive materials through their individual client account portal. I maintain a library of supplementary resources, offering handouts, worksheets, or guides that complement the video's content. I engage in practice exercises with clients. I introduce simple mindfulness exercises related to the video's teachings. I monitor their progress and encourage them to monitor their own progress. I check in with them regularly. I assess how the incorporation of mindfulness is affecting their well-being. And I adjust action steps and treatment plans as needed. I am prepared to offer alternative resources if the client doesn't connect with the initial material. I encourage self-exploration for them as a passion. My goal is to teach my clients how to be their own therapist. I empower my clients, inviting them to explore other works by the teacher if they found the video helpful. I provide a curated list of recommended videos or talks based on their interests. I can also make book and journal article recommendations. I can also offer them access to the complete bibliography and reference list with additional resources. Maintaining professional boundaries is a top priority for me. I consider the ethical guidelines and code of ethics, ensuring that sharing external resources aligns with my policies and procedures, professional guidelines, and the client's treatment plan. I maintain confidentiality at all times. I keep all communications about resources within the secure channels I use for therapy. If a client likes the video or comments publicly on the channel, they are aware that their identity, privacy, and confidentiality is no longer protected. When I think a certain video might be helpful, I might say something like, I've noticed that we've been exploring ways to manage stress and cultivate a sense of calm. There's a mindfulness teacher who offers compassionate and accessible guidance on these topics. They have a particular video on self-compassion that I think might resonate with you. Would you be interested in watching it? We could discuss your thoughts in our next session. You can find the video in the Mindfulness Masterclass playlists by approaching it this way. I am personalizing the recommendation, making it relevant to their current challenges. I am obtaining consent, ensuring they're open to receiving the material. I am facilitating engagement, setting the stage for a meaningful discussion afterward. I am ensuring the accessibility of the information, asking if they have the means to view the videos, internet access, and a compatible device. I am offering alternative formats. If videos aren't suitable, consider suggesting podcasts or audio recordings by the same teachers. Mindfulness practice integration of short mindfulness exercises into my sessions to provide experiential learning has many benefits. My goal is to enhance the therapeutic process by providing resources that empower my clients and support their journey toward well-being. Mindfulness offers a wealth of benefits for our mental and emotional well-being. One of the most significant benefits is enhanced emotional regulation. Mindfulness also cultivates greater self-awareness, allowing us to identify unhelpful patterns and make positive changes in our lives. Another key benefit of mindfulness is improved focus and concentration. Furthermore, mindfulness can reduce stress and anxiety, providing us with tools to manage stress more effectively and cultivate a greater sense of inner peace. Mindfulness practice and regular meditation can cultivate a sense of clarity and calmness. This state of mind is powered by self-energy, which allows us to better lead our internal system with wisdom. One goal of mindfulness is to operate life from your wise mind. The benefits of mindfulness extend beyond the mental and emotional realm, impacting our physical health and relationships as well. Studies have shown that regular mindfulness practice can have positive physiological effects, including lower blood pressure, improved sleep quality, and a strengthened immune system. By calming the nervous system, mindfulness reduces the physical strain of chronic stress, promoting overall physical well-being. Mindfulness can also improve our relationships with others. When we are fully present with someone, we listen more attentively and respond with greater empathy and understanding. This enhanced presence strengthens communication, reduces misunderstandings, and fosters deeper connections. We become more attuned to the needs and emotions of others, creating more fulfilling and harmonious interactions. In addition to improving existing relationships, mindfulness can also enhance our ability to form new connections. By cultivating a sense of presence and openness, we become more approachable and receptive to others. This can lead to more meaningful and authentic interactions, enriching our social lives and expanding our circle of support. Moreover, mindfulness can enhance our overall quality of life. By being fully present in each moment, we appreciate the simple joys and beauties of life that we might otherwise overlook. We savor the taste of our food, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the laughter of loved ones. This heightened awareness brings a sense of richness and vibrancy to our everyday experiences, fostering gratitude and contentment. In today's fast-paced, technology-driven world, mindfulness has become more important than ever. The constant barrage of information, notifications, and demands on our attention can leave us feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and disconnected from ourselves and the world around us. Mindfulness offers an antidote to this digital overload, providing a sanctuary of calm amidst the chaos. The 21st century is characterized by a pervasive sense of urgency and a constant pressure to do more, achieve more, purchase more, be better, contribute more, and be more. This relentless pursuit of external validation can lead to burnout, anxiety, and a sense of emptiness. Mindfulness encourages us to slow down, turn inward, and reconnect with our inner values and priorities. It reminds us that true fulfillment comes not from external achievements, but from cultivating a sense of presence and peace within. Information overload, a hallmark of the digital age, can impair our ability to focus, think clearly, and make sound decisions. Mindfulness strengthens our attentional muscles, allowing us to filter out distractions and concentrate on what truly matters. It enhances our cognitive function and improves our capacity to process information effectively. Furthermore, mindfulness empowers us to navigate the complexities of modern life with greater wisdom and resilience. It provides us with tools to manage stress, regulate our emotions, and cultivate healthy relationships. In a world that often feels fragmented and overwhelming, mindfulness offers a path to greater clarity, connection, and inner peace. It allows us to engage with the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century with greater awareness, compassion, and equanimity. Mindfulness, despite its growing popularity, is often surrounded by misconceptions that can create barriers to understanding and embracing its transformative potential. One common misconception is that mindfulness is about emptying the mind, achieving a state of thoughtlessness or blankness. This is far from the truth. Mindfulness is not about suppressing thoughts, it's about acknowledging them without judgment and letting them go without getting carried away. It's about observing the flow of thoughts without becoming entangled in their narratives. Another misconception is that mindfulness is a form of escapism, a way to avoid dealing with the challenges of life. On the contrary, mindfulness encourages us to engage with life more fully, to be present with both the joys and the difficulties. It provides us with the tools to navigate challenges with greater awareness, resilience, and compassion, rather than trying to escape them. It's about facing reality as it is, not running away from it. Some people believe that mindfulness requires a significant time commitment, making it impractical for busy individuals. While regular practice is essential for developing mindfulness skills, even a few minutes of mindful attention each day can make a difference. Mindfulness can be integrated into daily activities such as eating, walking, or commuting, making it accessible even in the midst of a demanding schedule. It's about incorporating mindfulness into the fabric of our lives, not setting aside large chunks of time. Furthermore, the misconception that mindfulness is a religious practice can deter some from exploring its benefits. While mindfulness has roots in ancient spiritual traditions, its modern applications are largely secular. Mindfulness practices can be adapted to fit any worldview or belief system. It's about cultivating awareness and presence, regardless of one's religious or spiritual background. It's crucial to clarify what mindfulness is not in order to fully understand its true nature and potential. Mindfulness is not a relaxation technique, although it can lead to a sense of calm and well-being over time. The primary goal of mindfulness is not relaxation, but rather present moment awareness, regardless of whether that present moment is pleasant or unpleasant. It's about being with our experience as it is without trying to change it. Mindfulness is not about positive thinking or trying to force ourselves to feel happy all the time. It's about accepting the full spectrum of human experience, including difficult emotions like sadness, anger, and fear. Mindfulness allows us to acknowledge and process these emotions without judgment, fostering emotional regulation and resilience. It's about embracing the totality of our experience, not just the positive aspects. Mindfulness is not a quick fix or a magic bullet that will instantly solve all our problems. It's a skill that requires consistent practice and patience to develop. The benefits of mindfulness unfold gradually over time as we cultivate greater awareness and presence in our lives. It's about committing to a journey of self-discovery, not expecting immediate results. Finally, mindfulness is not about passive acceptance of unfavorable circumstances. It's about responding to challenges with greater wisdom and clarity rather than reacting impulsively. Mindfulness empowers us to make conscious choices and take effective action based on a clear understanding of the situation. It's about engaging with life actively and skillfully, not resigning ourselves to difficult situations. How popular are meditation and mindfulness? According to the National Health Interview Survey, an annual nationally representative survey, the percentage of adults in the United States who practice meditation more than doubled between 2002 and 2022, from 7.5% to 17.3%. Of 7 complementary health approaches for which data were collected in the 2022 survey, meditation was the most popular, beating out yoga, used by 15.8% of adults, chiropractic care, 11.0%, massage therapy, 10.9% guided imagery, progressive muscle relaxation, 6.4% acupuncture, 2.2%, and naturopathy, 1.3%. For children aged 4 to 17 years, data are available for 2017. In that year, 5.4% of children in the United States used meditation. In a 2012 U.S. survey, 1.9% of 34,525 adults reported that they had practiced mindfulness meditation in the past 12 months. Among those responders who practiced mindfulness meditation exclusively, 73% reported that they meditated for their general wellness and to prevent diseases, and most of them, approximately 92%, reported that they meditated to relax or reduce stress. In more than half of the responses, a desire for better sleep was a reason for practicing mindfulness meditation. As we conclude this exploration of mindfulness, I invite you to consider the profound potential it holds for transforming your life. Mindfulness is not a mere concept or a fleeting trend. It's a practice, a way of being that can enrich every aspect of your experience. It's about awakening to the present moment and discovering the boundless wisdom and peace that reside within. Throughout this journey, we've delved into the rich history of mindfulness, traced its evolution from ancient Eastern traditions to its modern applications in Western psychology, and explored the core principles that make it so effective. We've examined the 3 pillars of mindfulness: focused attention, open awareness, and kind intention, and discovered how these pillars can support us in cultivating greater presence, clarity, and compassion. We've been introduced to the many influential mindfulness teachers, scholars, researchers, and authors, their work, and we're informed of their books and videos. We've also explored the numerous benefits of mindfulness, from enhanced emotional regulation and reduced stress to improved physical health and deeper relationships. Now, it's time to watch the supplemental videos in the mindfulness playlists on this channel. I also invite you to put this knowledge into action. The true power of mindfulness lies not in simply understanding its principles, but in experiencing them directly. I encourage you to embark on your own mindfulness journey, to explore the practices that resonate with you, and to discover the transformative impact it can have on your life. Start small, be patient with yourself, and remember that every moment is an opportunity to begin again. In the upcoming videos of this Masterclass series, we'll delve deeper into practical mindfulness exercises and techniques that you can incorporate into your daily life. We'll explore various meditation practices, mindful movement exercises, and strategies for cultivating presence in everyday activities. Together, we'll embark on a path of self-discovery, growth, and well-being. The journey begins now in this very moment. Embrace it with open arms and an open heart.